During Foreign Minister Lin Chia-lung's visit to Eswatini, he says he got updates on several projects that Taiwan's working on there that are part of this Taiwan model of diplomacy. I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about what this Taiwan model is and how do these projects fit into this strategy?
There's quite a lot of flexibility in terms of what a Taiwan model of diplomacy is. They've also stressed commonality in values, but of course, Eswatini has a very different political system compared to Taiwan. So for countries like Eswatini, the Taiwan model basically means that there's more emphasis on investment, there's more emphasis on development. And this goes beyond the past model of improving public health or public services. It's about promoting economic development in a way that competes more directly with the PRC's efforts to put money into infrastructure and also resource extraction. So I suppose the Taiwan model is a bit different in the sense that it emphasizes a bit more of the sort of technical scaling up, technology transfer.
And you said that Taiwan could be using these strategies to compete with China in the region. Can you talk a little bit about what China is doing?
So the PRC has been trying to pour a lot of money into Africa. A lot of that has to go with infrastructure building, but also digital infrastructure, also resource extraction. So the PRC is big in mining. It's been pushing for these free trade agreements, which Eswatini has been left out. But a lot of those free trade agreements also have to do with the export of commodities to the PRC. So in that sense, what Taiwan is offering Eswatini is not so much the resource extraction bit, but the ability to develop some of its own industrial capacity in ways that perhaps will enable Eswatini to have its own sort of areas of technological excellence and to improve its resilience, especially if you look at the oil infrastructure.
Do you think this Taiwan model could help Taiwan to gain new partners in Africa, or will this be pretty difficult given China's influence there?
So Taiwan will probably try to offer what it can, but it is, to be honest, an uphill task. Meaning to say that the PRC is pouring a lot of resources, not necessarily because it wants to isolate Taiwan, that's certainly part of the picture, but also because it wants to lock in its access to critical minerals and other commodities. In Taiwan's case, if it wants access to things like rare earths and all that, it probably needs to, build relationships as well. It's probably not going to get to a stage where it has formal diplomatic relations, which is pretty rare in general, but it can have a lot of substantive access and substantive relations without the formal trappings. That's a model that Taiwan has used very effectively with lots of partners around the world. The other thing that Taiwan has is that it doesn't foster relations of dependence. Now, the PRC has been focused on these more dependent relations because it gives it a lot of leverage. Taiwan wants access; it doesn't necessarily want or need that kind of dependence, right? So it would allow partners to have a lot more flexibility and autonomy, and so in that sense, that might provide some level of attraction.